everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Just Guitar Talk. Happy New Year. This video is going to be all about 2020, and we're going to talk about, my guitar experiences in 2020. We're going to talk about gear that I sold, gear that I purchased, and, my gear plans for 2021. So I got my little dog here, Bernie, in the background. He's helping us out today. So yeah, I know this was a real bummer year for a lot of people, but I hope that everybody got to get some good practice hours in. I hope that you got some nice gear, with that stimulus if you could. And I know I did. And when the pandemic first hit, I was actually at home for about 3 weeks before I started working from home. And I was logging some hours on the guitar. I was doing like 7-8 hours a day, and it was awesome. Kind of missed that. I'm happy to be working, but I really miss having all that time to practice. I know it's like one thing that, a lot of us talk about is wishing that we had more time to practice. And, this year I certainly got it. So hope you did too. Anyways, and I also want to give a shout out to all the YouTubers out there, everybody who made a lot of cool content that we could all just, sit and, because we had to stay inside, didn't we, this year, so I thank you for everybody for making all that cool extra content, so we could all sit and practice and have some cool guitar videos to watch on YouTube. So let's talk about gear. This year, sold some gear, not too much. I acquired more than I sold, which is which is cool. The first thing that I sold this year was my Yamaha THR-10C. Now, the THR-10C is similar to the THR-10, but the amp models in it are based around boutique sounding amps. Like a lot of clean sounding amps. I've had the Yamaha THR-10 and I loved it. And man, I wish I never got rid of it, but maybe one day I'll have another one. But I got the Yamaha THR-10C. I was in the market for a practice amp, and I'm like, well, I loved the Yamaha THR-10, so I'll give this a shot. Everybody, says it's cool. The reviews are, slamming. So I got it, and while I did like it, it lacked some of the features that the Yamaha THR-10 had, which I liked. Couldn't use a lot of the patches that I used for the THR-10 on the THR-10C. Sounded good with pedals, but I just didn't like it as much as the regular THR-10, so I got rid of it. I also had another amp that I had purchased around the same time. I had purchased it in January, sold it in February. This was a Fender Champion XL50. Now, I had read good reviews about this amp, and I got it at a smoking deal. It was like I couldn't afford not to get this amp. And, it was a digital amp, like a modeling amp. It had some great effects. It had some great amp tones. And it was small, but still 50 watts. Small but powerful. And I just couldn't get a sound out of it. Nothing that I really liked. Also, it was really loud. I mean, yeah, of course, 50 watts. I just didn't think it was going to be, for a digital amp, I didn't think it was going to be that loud. And yeah, I just couldn't really use it in my apartment at a manageable volume. And I didn't like the sound. I was like, well, maybe I'll upgrade the speaker, but I'm like, if I'm not feeling it, I don't want to spend any more money on it. So I sold it. Also, something else that I acquired and sold the same year was, for my birthday, my fiance got me a Washburn BT3 Maverick, which is like a Washburn Strat style guitar. And, I got this Washburn WI64, and it had good bones, and I modded it, and I love it. I play that guitar all the time. I'm never going to get rid of it. I think it's fantastic. So she gave this to me, and I was like, oh, sweet. Maybe this will be like a similar situation. Maybe it's got good bones, and I'll mod it and love it. And so I got it, and I did some mods to it. Let me show you. This is a picture of the guitar. Hopefully you can see it right here. So it is Strat style. Got a little bit of an offset body, which I dug. I put a custom pickguard on there. Upgraded the electronics. I put some Fender hot noiseless pickups in there and locking tuners. So lots of upgrades. Upgraded the bridge too. You know, I love that pickguard. I actually got that pickguard from WD Custom Pickguards, wdmusic.com. If you want a custom pickguard, check it out. They are super nice. They will send you samples and super quick and really good. And it was a great experience. Anyways, I modded it, and after all the modding, I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? It sounded okay, but you know, sometimes you can't make a poor quality guitar a good quality guitar, no matter how much money you put into it. You can make a cheap guitar, expensive guitar, because of all the money you spent on it with upgrades and mods and all that stuff. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. And unfortunately, with my Washburn, it didn't work out. It was a fun experience modding it, you know what I mean? I always wanted to get a custom pickguard, but I'd never had a guitar that I wanted to, you know, do it for. And, you know, I got that one and it was cool. So, oh well, so I got rid of it. So that's it for the gear that I've sold this year. Now, the fun stuff. Let's talk about the gear that I've purchased. So, first and foremost, my Fender American Performer Strat Honeyburst. I love this guitar. I loved it stock, but of course I can't keep anything stock. What are you talking about? I'm gonna mod it. You know, you're gonna make it your own. So I talked about this in a previous video. You know, Warmoth pickguard. I had to get rid of the, you know, volume in my way here. So I just got a master volume, master tone. Fender Ultra hot noiseless pickups. String saver saddles. Fender locking tuners. I love this thing. It's awesome. It rips. And also, I got X-Vive wireless transmitter. Get rid of the cords, man. Cut the cord. You know, this is fantastic. I had to unplug my, you know, Wi-Fi extender to use it, but that's okay. No worries. You know, man, it's nice just walking around the apartment without a cable. And the other transmitter or receiver is plugged into my Fender LT25, which is my current practice amp. Now, this guy I like, don't love. It's for a practice amp, it's a little big. I thought it was going to be smaller. I actually want something that's like half this size, just for portability. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of it or not. I think I might. But it's got some good sounds. I love the Fender amp sounds in here. It's got some good effects. It's not bad. It's all right. It's okay. Again, too big, too loud for a practice amp. I would love it if it was like half this size, or even like, you know, 2/3 size. It would be great. But I don't know. I might keep it. I like keeping it Fender. You know me. I'm a Fender guy, so I might keep it in the family. But I did purchase another practice amp. I purchased a Positive Grid Spark. So you're going to see that in the video coming up here soon. And I'm looking forward to getting that. It might be, I heard that's big too. And it might be too loud, I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. But it's going to be, well, I'll do a video on that when I get it. But some other acquisitions that I would like to talk about. So, speaking of cutting the cord, I got an Outlaw Effects rechargeable pedal board. So I just turn it on right here and powers my pedals. This guy plugged in? It's not, whatever. This guy's plugged in. So, oh no, what's going on? Anyways, so this powers all my pedals. I don't think it's plugged into the right cable here. Anyways, it's good. I like it a lot. It's cool. You know, I don't have to, and it lasts a long time. And if you run out of juice, you just plug it in, and it's just like a pedal board that you have to plug in. It's fantastic. So why would you not get a rechargeable pedal board? I mean, having to deal with like buying the pedal board, buying the power supply, fucking rigging it to the bottom of the thing, you know, and that's just a lot of faffing around that I don't want to do. My computer went to sleep. Oh God, that's dumb. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. You know, you just turn this on, you're good to go. Cut the cord, man. You know what I mean? And also, these are some new pedals that I got. This is an X Vive Golden Brownie. This is like a Marshall in a box. This thing rips. I've never owned like a Marshall in a box pedal before, but this thing rips, man. It's awesome. So what you see here is the beginnings of my mini pedal board that I'm building. And this is my main distortion. And this thing is awesome. It's, I really dig it. And it was like 60 bucks. So if you find this, if you're looking for like a Marshall and a box style pedal and you know, you don't want to spend a ton of money, get this, man. It's awesome. It's fantastic. X5 Golden Brownie, designed by Thomas Blue. And you should know who he is. He is the Blue Guitar Amp 1 guy. So he worked for Hughes and Kettner's. Man, he knows what he's doing. And this is my NuX Morningstar Overdrive, which is kind of like a, well, it is a Blues Breaker style pedal. And I haven't used it a whole lot, but I like it, you know. I use it with other, I stack it with other gain pedals. And so, yeah, it's pretty good, you know, it's a Blues Breaker. And I just acquired this for Christmas. This is a Wampler Mini Eco compressor. To all the guitar players out there who don't have a compressor pedal on your board, you do not know what you're missing, man. Just get a compressor. This is like my secret weapon. You know, gets that fatness, it adds sustain, it really just, you know, takes the tone to the next level. If you've never messed around with a compressor pedal before, you need one. Now, for my mini board, this is what I wanted for my mini board. But if you're just have a regular pedal board and you want to buy one, get the Keeley Compressor Plus. That thing is awesome. Keeley makes great compressors, if you didn't know. So yeah, that's my Outlaw Effects rechargeable pedal board. I'm going to get a bigger one. They have a bigger version I'm going to get for like my regular pedal board when I build that. And yeah, so those are all my purchases for 2020. Not a whole lot, but you know, some good stuff there. And now to close out the video, I want to talk about my plans for 2021. 2021, I really want to continue to expand this channel and make as many videos as I can, talk about all kinds of gear and play different types of gear. Now, this is just guitar talk, so I'm just going to talk about stuff. You know, there's plenty of YouTube channels out there for people doing gear demos and, you know, this, that, and the other. And, you know, I just want to give my opinions and impressions on things. And hopefully you like listening to me ramble on about them. So as long as you do, then I'm going to be here to talk about it. I'd also like to plug my Instagram, Just Guitar Talk, and also TikTok at Just Guitar Talk. It's all the same thing, man. And maybe I'm going to do a podcast this year. I'd like to do a Just Guitar Talk podcast where I speak with other guitar players and just talk with them about guitars. And as far as gear for the new year is concerned, I do have grand plans. If I buy another guitar this year, it's going to be a Jazzmaster or a Telecaster. Probably a Jazzmaster, just because I would like to work on a surf rock record, and I get some great surf rock tones from my Strat, but I would like to mess around with the Jazzmaster, you know? And like I said, I purchased a Positive Grid Spark practice amp. So I'm psyched about that. That's going to be my main guitar, recording rig, I think. So you can record using your guitar just straight into the computer or your DAW. And it's also acoustic amp and a bass amp as well. So going to be using that for recording. Also, this year I hopefully would like to purchase a Fender Tone Master Deluxe. Now it's time for another amplifier, like a proper one. And I'm gonna go solid state again. You know, it sounds awesome these days. What you can get, there's no reason to. Well, there's plenty of reasons to buy a tube amp, you know, because they sound amazing. But go, you know, if you haven't played a Fender Tone Master amp, either the Twin or the Deluxe, man, fantastic. And so I would like to get a Tone Master Deluxe Blonde Edition. with the Neo Creamback speaker. I think it just sounds perfect for what I want to do. You know, I need that power scaling, and I need something to sound good, and I need a great, clean pedal platform, and that sounds like what it is. So I'm going to give that a shot. Also, I'm going to continue to work on my mini pedal board. Some mini pedals that I would like to buy are Wampler Tumnus. I'd also like to get an Ibanez mini tube screamer, a One Control Blue Baltic, which is like a fuzz pedal. Well, it is a fuzz pedal. It's not like one. Also, a mini vibe of some sort. I don't know what kind yet. Maybe a Love Pedal Pickle vibe. That sounds good. And those are my plans so far. Maybe purchase a computer for recording. My 2010 MacBook Pro has, you know, it's still going, but it's time to upgrade. So I think that might be in the cards. Other than that, if there's any money left over after, you know, trips I got to take this year, then maybe an acoustic. We'll see how it goes. I really, really am interested in those new inspired by Gibson Epiphone acoustics. Those doves look fantastic. And I always wanted a Gibson J200. I just could not afford it. And even if I could afford it, I don't know if I could justify it. It's just so much money. But those Epiphone inspired by Gibson acoustics look pretty sweet. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. You know, I'm sure there's going to be lots of purchases, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of sales as well. So it's just the name of the game, man. It's how it is. Anyways, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that this year is way better than the last one, and I hope to see you a lot in the next year. So go ahead, subscribe, like the video if you like it, leave a comment if you like it. Also, check me out on TikTok at Just Guitar Talk, also Instagram at Just Guitar Talk. And I'll see you next week.